Greetings everybody, it's me again with yet another video. This is the second video for today, so it's still Friday the 5th of December 2025. This video is a bit different because it talks about something more local and specific. Let me start off like this. Whenever you drive your vehicle through leafy areas, leafy, well-developed areas, you'll notice several times that there's repairs and upgrading to predominantly white leafy areas. But then, you've driven there before and you'll notice that there was nothing wrong with the roads or the pavements. They were in good nick, they were in good condition. So why are they being uprooted and reworked? You ask yourself that question. I generally suspect that the wards where these places are have got excess money over in their budgets, and they look hurriedly to spend it before their financial year ends. That's just a suspicion, but probably very strong towards the truth. Then you'll ask yourself the question then, why is it so that in predominantly colored and black areas there are potholes, there are no street names on poles, there's no keeping of the verges, the clear and clean, grass cut, even in fields nearby and in plain areas for the children, and a host of other things that are wrong. Why is it so? The general argument would be from the ward councillor of those areas that there's not enough money in the budget to do all of that. Then you wonder then, how is it that each ward is allocated the same amount from the budget, the general budget, when these wards are obviously unequal, not equal at all? You get this well-developed leafy areas, beautiful roads, etc., pavements and fields, and then you've got neglect on the other side. These other wards that are in this bad condition are basically, they inherited that neglected and backward as a backlog from the apartheid years. Surely they should be allocated more money to compensate or to adjust the imbalances of inequalities of the past. This is basic logic. And from this conclusion or question, one can make the conclusion basically that Mandela, Ramaphosa, and all those others that negotiated the settlement in 1994 at CODESA came up with a bad deal. They got political freedom, but economic freedom as well as addressing past imbalances, etc., and neglect was not an intrinsic part of the deal to gain peace. Now, even if we reluctantly accept that this is a skewed deal, surely the people or the privileged developed communities should be willing to assist in addressing these imbalances and neglect from the past and to share. No, they don't. They're not willing to. Even to the point that excess money is not spent in their financial year, they'll hurriedly use on unnecessary projects and upgrades, as I've pointed out in the beginning of this video. There is no semblance of guilt or shame for this. Their reasoning generally is that their communities pay more in rates and taxes, so they've got to receive more. I say this is morally unsound, morally and unethically unsound. You know, some years ago, there was an effort to address this problem of the imbalance, the inequalities of these wards and settlements in the cities. And the leaders of this movement came up with what is called a pledge, where people were urged to sign in this pledge that they pledge to assist in helping and contributing towards improving the neglected and unequal areas. And obviously, you know, I need to just remind you that they refused. Their argument generally was, I wasn't there, it was before my time, why must I contribute to something that I did not cause? And they conveniently forget that they were the benefactors or the ones that received the benefit from their forefathers. They got a forestart well ahead, and a system of oppression and purposefully neglecting huge portions of the country and in favor of a small group. And we all know this. Not even 50 years they got a forestart. In many cases, we can reason that it's over 300 years a forestart. We all know this. I'm telling you basically what you know already. But the point I want to make in this video is that these people who selfishly do not want to share and do not or resist efforts to want to right the wrongs in society in this way, in their wards, in their communities, they should not hold the high moral ground any longer. Because morally and ethically it's wrong. It cannot be accepted as something that we just have to live with. And this is even worse, this attitude or viewpoint. It's even worse when many of these people in the white community parade around justified, holding the moral high ground. And I would even go further to say that even believers cannot actually regard themselves as good and upright people if they refuse to accept this truth that I'm talking about. They cannot be allowed to just keep that moral high ground. And you that's listening to me now need to be aware of the fact that the moral high ground must include looking at even those things that I've just mentioned to you now. One cannot hold the moral high ground if you close your eyes or you turn your back to something that is blatantly wrong morally and ethically in society. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention now. And as I said, I'm telling you things that you know already, But the point that I'm stressing here is about then who holds the moral high ground. So have a great weekend further.